Hey folks, Mike and McGee here. In today's video, I'm going to make a carnivore feast that's going to include, but not be limited to, 13 pig hearts. One of them is a domestic Mangalitsa heart. The rest are all wild pork hearts. And as you see, there's very little difference except for the size. What I'm going to do is try to make what I call stuffed pig heart. The first thing I need to do is put some fuel in the fire. I've got like one stick of wood in there. I need more than that. I'll put that in there. We'll see how that does. And I'm going to grab some beef bacon that I've got left and pork bacon. I'm going to need bacon in this recipe. I'm just going to set these hearts over here. I'm going to slice me a little bit of beef bacon here. Beef bacon is a whole different animal from pork bacon. Completely different animal. And more than just in the literal sense. It's extremely salty. I'm going to cut it extremely thin. Throw it in my skillet here. Get it started frying. And then I'm going to take my pork bacon. This is Mangalitsa belly. I'm going to slice some thin slices of it as well. That. Just in case you're wondering, yes, I am sort of making this recipe up as I go. So, what are we going to find when we get done? I don't know. Hopefully, it'll be delicious. Well, how can it help but be delicious? It's got to be delicious. It ain't got a choice but to be delicious. Fry, baby, fry. Now I'll hang my bacons back up. They don't go bad hanging here like this. And I'm going to take my pig hearts and I'm going to cut every one of them in half. That's what I'm going to do. So, this is the big, tame Mangalitsa heart. Here is the big wild pig heart. Very similar indeed. And we got all these small wild pig hearts. You may remember when we got these wild pigs, we ended up skinning 12 of them. And that's exactly how many hearts we have here that's wild, 12. We always save our pig hearts. There's no sense in throwing them out. They are absolutely good. They don't have a livery taste. And they have a lot more nutrition than just plain meat. So when you're eating a diet trying to get a lot of nutrition, heart is the way to go. Liver and kidney also is extremely high in good stuff. I'm not telling you not to eat it just because it has a livery taste. But I'm just telling you, if you're afraid of heart because you think it's livery, that would be a mistake. The winds are blowing them chimes good. I'm going to pull that out where it don't do that noise no more. All right, at this point, I'm going to take the hearts and I'm going to do this number. You can tell how that the heart's already got a huge cavity almost all the way around. All I have to do is just sort of help it along here. And before you know it, there, my friend, is a half a heart that's hollowed out. I'm going to take these small pieces like this, dice them up small, and we'll throw them in the bacon grease, just like that. Here's a bigger one. Come around like this, all the way around, make a big circle, loop-de-loop. You don't necessarily want to cut out through the bottom. You want to try to not create a hole. And look at that. Nice big pig heart with a hollowed out center. I'm going to take a little more out in this lobe. And there we go. I'm going to knock this out real quick. We'll knock the whole thing out real quick. about fried up here. I'm just letting them cool over in this other skillet, kind of using it as a cooling rack here. While they cool, I'm going to sprinkle them with some salt. I'm going to take some Cajun Camp Dog, sprinkle on them, let that soak in as well. Now, I'm going to take a box of cream cheese. I'm going to open it up and get it in here. We're going to make us something good. All right, I'm going to kind of pull this cream cheese back just a little bit each direction. I'm going to go ahead and throw plenty of Camp Dog on it. We need some good Cajun influence. I'm going to take some hot red pepper flakes that I raised myself. They're very coarsely ground and their seeds are in them, so you know it's going to be good. I'm going to take more of the Redmonds real salt, put in there. Next I'm going to use some black pepper in there and turmeric, which goes good with pepper. Oh, not that much. And that should pretty much do our spice profile. I'm going to add into it this stuff. These heart pieces will kind of serve like little mushrooms, is kind of what they're going to be doing there. Then we're going to take our bacon. We're just going to crumble bacon all in there. Mangalitsa bacon is hard to beat. I'm telling you what's the truth. It's a greasy bacon, but I've fried it pretty crispy here. And there's some beef bacon. It's very salty. I'm gonna break it up even smaller, and it's gonna give some little bursts of salty beef fat. Look at that. This is gonna be carnivore to the hilt right here, folks. This is kind of going to be a video showing you how life is going to be here in a few years when all the kids are married and gone, because all the kids are gone today. There ain't a single one left. They all went to their friends to help build, believe it or not, a firewood shed. And so, that's what happens when you train your boys to work well. They get asked, you want to come help me build a wood shed? And they say yes. So, hey, that's something to be proud of. Now, what should I do with the remainder of the grease? I think I should dump it right in. Now, I'm gonna go wash my hands. All right, clean hands. By the time this video comes out, I'm gonna be wishing for a day that was cool enough that I could wear a nice long sleeve shirt and still be comfortable. But oh well, that's life in the fast lane. You can't have perfect weather always. Look at the coloration of this coming together. This is going to be some kind of good. All right, that's incorporated, and if I'm any count for a cook, I would at least try this and make sure it's good before I stuff it in them hearts. So that's what I'm going to do. Actually crunchy. The flavor's spot on. A little bit on the salty side, but this will help take care of that. We're going to take our hearts and we're going to put them in here. They're going to fit in here rather tightly, which is what I want. Even if they have to be layered, that ain't the worst thing in the world. But they're going to fit in here nice and tight. That'll help curl them edges up and hold it where they'll hold this stuff. Got way more heart than I have pan here. Well, here we go. Let's fill her up. We're going to put a nice helping of our stuffing right on in here. Now I've got my oven preheating right now. I pulled this lever out that way. That allows heat to go in the oven. We've already got it almost to 350. And that is what I'm wanting. Don't this look like egg yolk has been stirred into it? Well, I can tell you it has not. Not a bad idea though. I would eat it in a heartbeat if it did have egg yolk stuffed into it. What you're seeing is the turmeric. That's what's giving it that color. And boy, you talk about a good flavor. Man, oh man. We're going to have enough left over for the kids to eat when they get home. If they're hungry. That's the problem with kids. They'll eat anywhere. I mean, if they on the way home and see something they think looks good, they just stop and eat. I mean, that's crazy. I don't understand that, do you? But I can't tell you that I don't remember being a young man myself eating all the time. I can't tell you one that big. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, would you? All right, I'm gonna save these hearts for another dish another time. I'm gonna grab my lid and slide this in. We're gonna leave it in there until they're done. After they're done. All right, I'm gonna pull it out here for a minute. It's been in for 50 minutes or so. And I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a little bit of this here sharp white cheddar and just do a little sprinkle right over top there. It's kind of a strong flavored cheese, so we ain't gonna go just terribly heavy, but we're gonna go just like that. And I think I'm gonna leave the lid off and pop him right back in that oven. You can tell I like cheese. Right back in for another few minutes and we'll be ready to eat. You're done. You're done. All right, here we are. Empty nesters. Feels really weird that our youngest is 9 years old and we're already empty nesters. Oh well. I will get you one, Mom. Hopefully it's good. They really look good, I'm telling you. I had them crammed in there where it was almost like there was no separation between them, but all right, here we go. Do you want some of this?
Sure.
I'm just gonna put a drop on mine. I've been taking J. Crow's 2% iodine. They say it's good for you. I guess we'll find out. Let's take a cut through here and see what we got. This is going to be interesting. I say a big thank you to Longbow Banjo for the knives. My name's on this and her name's on that one, so there's no confusion. All right, still hot. Hot. But okay. I don't really feel like mine needs more salt. The texture of that meat goes with that cheese so well. It's almost like the whole thing is cheese, really. Did you get a cheesy bite yet?
Not yet.
The meat alone might be needing salt. There's a little bit of that hot pepper mixed in it, not a whole lot. There are small pieces of the heart that I trimmed out of the middle, diced up, fried, put back in kind of like you would a mushroom. Beef bacon and pork bacon mixed in.
It's good.
You taste any hot yet? Hot pepper?
A little spicy.
One thing with the wild pig hearts, you want to make sure you get them done to the middle. You don't want no pink in the middle, which I did. I cooked these on 350 for an hour. One thing about heart meat, it's not a stringy meat like a roast or beef, something like that. Any kind of heart. I've eaten hearts the size of my baby pinky all the way up to big as my head. They're all pretty much the same. The texture is just perfect with a cheesy bite like this. The kids don't know what they're missing. Does it make you think mustard being so yellow?
Yeah.
Say a huge thank you to Camp Dog for sending me that seasoning. Put it on here. It was absolutely knockout. The hot red pepper just went hand in hand with it. It's a spicy seasoning all of its own. But he's got one that's not as spicy. You can look it up in the descriptions, get it for 20% off if you use the promo code McGie, which we all know that, don't we? And anyway, it is so good. I've had people get multiple orders over and over again, and that tells you all you need to know. And this right here, you add these other ingredients, make this up. If you get like a bunch of wild pigs or something, you have a bunch of hearts on hand, or maybe you just get 3 or 4 deer per year. You can do this with that as well. And I've got a beef heart literally that big around in my freezer right now. I've got to figure out something to do with it. I don't know if this would be the best scenario for that huge thing or not, but we'll figure something out. Do you have anything to say about it one last time before I turn it off? No. Would you eat it again if I made it?
Yeah.
All right, folks, there you have it. It's delicious. I would suggest that you try this. It's perfect for any kind of a get-together, potluck, Super Bowl party, you name it. Perfect. But that's all we got for you today. We hope you have a great day. This is an empty nester signing off. We'll see you on the next video.